Right, today something a bit different. We're going to talk about Brit Stops. People keep asking about Brit Stops and I keep forgetting to tell you about Brit Stops. We keep stopping at Brit Stops, but we haven't done a proper review about Brit Stops. What is Brit Stops? Let me tell you what Brit Stops is. So Brit Stops is a book. You buy the book, it's about £30, give or take a few pounds. You get it delivered to your house, and it's full of 975 places where you can stop all around the UK. Can you see all them dots on there? They're all Brit Stops. So wherever you are in the UK, including Ireland, there's somewhere where you can stop. It's really cool, isn't it? So your membership lasts for 1 year. The book runs from the 29th of February every year until the 29th of February the next year. So we've got this for a year now. We've just bought this. We were very low on money about 2-3 weeks ago. But this is essential to us, isn't it, Mazzy? We need this book. It's like our Bible. We stop in 3 different places. Either a Brit stop, a campsite, or a park4Night, which is pretty much just a lay-by or a car park. So I'm going to do 3 videos, one on each of them. But today we're talking about Brit Stops. So what is a Brit Stop is going to be your first question, if you don't know. Well, a Brit Stop is usually a pub, but there is vineyards and a few farm shops and a couple of car parks and things as well. But it's somewhere where you can stop free of charge once you've paid for your book. Because you're never going to know where the Brit Stops are unless you buy the book, because it's not available online. The only conditions about being a Brit Stops member is you have to follow the code of conduct, which is in the book. It's simple things like don't leave litter, don't be stupid, don't outstay your welcome. They do say only 24 hours is, that's a suitable amount of time to stay there. Some of them will let you stay longer if you ask them politely, but 24 hours, so basically 1 night. And if it's a pub, it's only fair, you are expected to go in, buy a few drinks, have a meal if you want one. But for us, this is a treat, because we spend more money in a Brit Stops than we would on a campsite or in a lay-by. Obviously, because you're parked in the car park of a pub, you can drink, which is a massive added bonus when you've got a motorhome. So we tend to spend, on average, about £140, £180 per day in a Brit Stops on beer. Alright, it's not that much, But we like as Brit Stops, it's our comfort, it's our treat. So I'm going to very quickly show you through the book now and explain it. I'll try not to be boring, but this bit's a bit boring. I'll try my best. So let's open it up, Mazzy. Are you going to film for me?
Yeah.
Okay, there's your code of conduct. If you want to just pan down that so they can, if they want to pause it, they can read through it. This, by the way, is your membership card. So if you're asked for your book, it's so that's your proof that you are a member. If you've got this, you've paid for it. They will also give you a sticker which goes in your car, in your van cab, so they can always check on your van to make sure you are a member, and that's a different colour every year. So don't try cheating. And let's have a look in the book, Mazzy. So I'll make this as quick as I can. They've split the United Kingdom and Ireland into all these different colours and numbers. So for example, the southeast of England is green and number 82, which means you turn to page 82. You can see all the different colours here. So we know it's at the beginning of there, page 82. And that's the southeast, zoomed in with all the Brit Stops as little dots in there. So then you look where you want to go. We're going to SE86. We're not, but I'm just using this as an example. So SE86 is going to be in this colour, the same green, not much further on. So SE, what number did I say?
86.
86.
I think.
SE86, there we are. The Marlow Donkey. I don't even know what that is.
No, let's
it's a pub.
Let's go to the pub.
It is a pub. It is a pub, but it's in a town. This means it's in a town. This means it's a pub. They're usually rural, really. They're usually on the outskirts of towns or in the middle of nowhere. And you can also get these, which mean it's other. It doesn't come under a category. You get these, which is an air stop. You sometimes have to pay for them, like that one's a car park. And then you also get these, which are vineyards. And there's also farms, which is a tractor sign as well. So you've got a variety, but they're mainly pubs. So let's go back onto the Marlow Donkey. You get your address and the telephone number. If it's in bold, it means that does matter for this place. So you do have to phone ahead at the Marlow Donkey. So you ring that number and say, can I please stay? They'll say yes, trust me. This one, you don't have to be under 30 feet long. We're about 30 feet long and we've got a big motorhome. So you'd have to be very big to be over that anyway. They allow dogs because this one's in bold. They have a litter bin. They have a tap so that you can fill up your motorhome with water if you need any fresh water. This one doesn't. They don't have a grey waste where you can empty your grey waste out of your van. They don't have an electric hookup, otherwise it would be in bold. They do have Wi-Fi, and they do not have a toilet emptying facility. That's in every single one of these. There's 4 on each page. It's a lot thinner this year because last year it was at least twice as thick. But they had 2 on a page last year. They've now got 4 on a page. So it makes it a lot thinner and a lot easier to use. Come back. So it tells you up here, some days you can't go. So that's closed Fridays, that's closed at Christmas and Mondays. A lot of them might say closed Fridays, closed weekend, or we're too busy weekend, so don't come on a weekend. Then it will give you a small little description of the pub and directions on how to get there. And then you've got these little warning signs and they tell you where's suitable for you, where isn't. So this one, vans under 6 metres, it's best suited for. We're 7.5 metres, so we wouldn't go there. We're too big, really. Another one here, tight entry into the car park. So if you've got a wide van, I wouldn't go there. And up here, it tells you how many parking spaces. So you've got 2 parking spaces, 1 parking space, 5 parking spaces. That's all you need to know about how to use the book. So just to finish with the book, as I've explained how to find your pubs from using that, you can also go to the back, and if you're in Northumberland, for example, you can see all the names. So if you're looking for a certain pub, you can find it there. They're all in alphabetical order. And on the very back page is key to symbols, so you know exactly what all them symbols mean. So when I first got with Brit Stops, I was thinking this is going to be a cheap option of places to stay. It's turned out it's actually the most expensive place to stay is a Brit Stop. Campsites, you might spend £15 on a campsite in a night. You'll probably spend 20, 30, 40 pounds if you go to a pub and have drinks or a meal or both. So this is like our luxury, if you like. And then obviously you've got your laybys and things which are free. So we've got 3 options depending on how flush we are with us money. If we've got a bit, we'd like to stay at a Brit Stops, because there's nothing better than being able to park up for the night, go into a pub and then literally crawl into the van which is right outside the front door. I almost forgot to point out one other beauty about, well, 2 other beauties about being in a Brit Stops is you're in a pub car park, you feel safe, you're away from the road, you're safely back at the back of the pub, nobody can see you. You feel safe and you usually have a very good view, believe it or not. Because most pubs have a nice garden at the back. If they've got a car park big enough to fit motorhomes in, they're generally a big pub and they have nice gardens, and you always have to park at the back of the car park. So you might be parked there, open your door, and you've got a beautiful lawned area, apple trees we've had in the past, birds singing in the morning, blossom. You get some beautiful views as well. So that's all the plus things about Brit Stops. There are a few downsides, as Mazzy's just reminded me. We should really point them out as well. And it's not Brit Stops' fault. You know, I can't knock them. It's a family business, father and son. I don't know if there's any other members of the family running it. So it's a small business. But they haven't got an app. It's all in a book. And this would be perfect if it was in an app. And I'm putting that down to the fact they are a small business. Maybe they don't know how to have a good app going. Maybe that's too advanced for them as a family. I don't know. I don't know the reasons behind that. Maybe it's to stop people taking screenshots of every page and then they don't sell any books. They don't get any membership. I don't know. But it would be so much better with an app. Because there's times you go to these places, it might say you can empty your grey water. You know, from your sink and your shower and things, you can empty your water. It might say yes you can, but you turn up and you can't. So it'd be nice to leave comments on an app, for example, and say we loved the pub, it was fantastic, the host was great, but there isn't a facility for grey waste. And then you'd be able to see everybody's different comments and work out whether it's for you or not. Because it might have all the facilities, it might be fantastic in every way, but the host might be a pig. Yeah? And that might put you off going. And it'd be nice to know what other people think of their experiences. So personally, an app, I think, would be the way to go, don't you?
Yeah, and maybe a little picture.
And a picture. You know, I know you haven't got much room on here, but maybe just a small picture of the pubs outside and a small picture of the car park. I think that'd really add to the book. But overall, Brit Stops, I think, is fantastic, and we've found things which could be improved, but we've never knocked them. We think they're absolutely brilliant, and we've never been to a place which is in Brit Stops who is funny with you when you turn up. They're always very, very welcoming. So I think that's it. Just a quick review of Brit Stops. I'll put a link to their website in the description. That's another little downside. The website is very dated. It's not very well made. Sorry, Brit Stops, but you need someone who's good at making websites. I could do that for you. You need someone who's good at making websites to make it look better. I would advise anybody with a motorhome to join Brit Stops. One thing about driving around in a motorhome is, yes, you are driving around in a motorhome, but you still like to have a drink. You still like to party at night. You still like to have fun. And that's the only way of doing it. Park up in their car park, and then you're not breaking the law. You're legally safe to go in, have a drink, and park up in their car park and have as much to drink as you want. You can't do that on most campsites because there isn't usually a pub nearby where you can get a drink. So that's another massive bonus to Brit Stops. That's why we love them, because Mazzy loves a drink. So I'll wrap it up there. As I say, I'll put a link in the description, but it's britstops.com if you would like to join. About £30. And on this little series of 3, my next one, I'm going to do a review of campsites, a little similar thing to campsites. And then after that, I'm going to do one on Park4Night, which is our main app, really, the app we use the most. So hope that helps some motorhomists, some people who are new to this, some people who haven't heard of Brit Stops. Get yourself joined. See you later. Bye-bye.